unstoppable momentum. The first principle: the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Another way of saying this is, the way you play the big game, life, is the way you play the small game, football. The way you play the unimportant match is the way you play the important match. The way you behave in training is the way you behave in the match. Have you ever heard yourself think, I don't have to do good in this game because it's just a friendly match? Or, I don't have to put in all my effort because it's a weak opponent? Have you ever heard your coach or teammates say something similar? They are very mistaken. The holistic view holds that the universe is holographic. That means that what you do in one moment of the day has an influence and effect on what happens for the rest of the day and the days and weeks beyond that. If you get angry while sitting in a traffic jam, it will affect your workday later or your date with your spouse later that evening. If you have problems in your relationship, this will have an effect on other areas of your life, such as your health and finances, and vice versa. Conversely, if you wash the dishes mindfully, you will carry that mood into the other activities of the day. Therefore, the easy opponent, or the unimportant game, is an opportunity to build momentum for the next, more important game. Put bluntly, there is no such thing as an unimportant game. You're a player who loves playing football, so every game is a celebration of your art. Yes, maybe you can play half-heartedly against a team many leagues below your own, but even then, if you do that too often, you will not build the momentum required for the tougher games. Momentum is an invisible force that can be built or broken. Momentum means that a mechanism, a process, an energy, through will or effort, gains a life of its own, works on its own, even without much additional effort. In other words, if you're not upset about the discipline that it takes you to take every match and every moment of the day with care, you are actually building momentum that makes your life appear fun and effortless. Because you become used to staying awake and strong, it takes less effort to generate when you really need it. Thus, effort is invested to make things more effortless, as paradoxical as that sounds. Once established, it's almost unstoppable. There is negative momentum and positive momentum. Imagine you are steering a huge ship like the Titanic toward a destination. You see the iceberg in front of you, so you try to change course. But no matter how much you steer away, the ship is still going in the same direction. That's because the ship has momentum due to the energy previously invested. It will take a lot of effort to finally get that ship to turn. On the other hand, if the momentum is strong enough, the ship will blast through the iceberg with ease and reach its destination quicker than any competitor. Developing momentum requires time and attention. Those two energies, consistently focused and directed, build the invisible force. Most very successful football teams do not suddenly gain fame overnight. The public only sees the last manifestations of a process that has been building since many years. A team may have been building momentum for 10 years, and that energy finally manifests in winning a tournament or topping the league. And the public asks, how'd they do that? And looks for a recent cause. But the main causes are not recent. They are the accumulation of years of focus. When two teams meet, the team with the higher energy wins. It is the opponent's job to break your momentum. It is your job to keep momentum no matter how many challenges and blocks are put into your path. Those challenges can break you or make you stronger, depending on whether you try to resist, like complaining, getting frustrated, getting angry, or embrace them, welcome, enjoy, use them. When your momentum is broken, one of two things happens. You lose spirit and recede in performance. Or you take that loss as a wake-up call to regain your spirits. The secret lies in your reaction to the loss. Losing is a natural part of every footballer's life. So, do you let losing drag you down and demotivate you? Or do you take losing as a call to even greater effort? Your reaction to losing will determine whether you can build momentum or allow every little setback to break you. Every high-performance athlete intuitively understands the power of momentum. I am sure you do too. But to remind you of it, remember this principle. If you are not growing, you are declining. There is no such thing as static or keeping the status quo. Teams that constantly perform at the top of their game know this. They do not rest on their laurels. Resting on your laurels equals decline. The following statement expresses something similar. Discipline leads to success. Success sometimes leads to a lack of discipline. Your reactions to both losing and winning determine whether you maintain momentum. Many teams fall into the trap of relaxing on their win. That's what separates the boys from the men, or the chicks from the ladies if you're in women's soccer. Discipline leads to winning, but once you have won, that's no reason to become lax in your discipline. Otherwise, you go right back to losing. The same applies to everything else in life. You can therefore develop momentum by sustaining energy persistently and indefinitely. Doing so is fun. One of the great secrets of life, quote-unquote, is that you embrace this kind of super discipline. It becomes easier and easier to do. The airplane provides a good analogy. It needs the most energy to lift off, but once it's in the air, it needs less energy to stay there.